In this video, I'm going to break down 4 awesome grooves that you can learn on keys that will really improve your rhythm. All of these grooves are so much fun to play. They're great for things like hand independence, and they actually do get quite tricky. So if you're up for a challenge, I think you're going to love this video. Let's dive in. Okay, this is the first groove I'm going to show you. I love this one. It's a little bit like that song by Queen, You're My Best Friend, you know. My best friend. It's also got a little bit of Jackie Wilson's Sweetest Feeling in there. The closer you get, the better you look, baby. Sorry about my singing, but it kind of gives you an idea, right? And the reason why I'm teaching you grooves rather than specific songs is sometimes when you're playing in a band with other musicians, maybe you're playing a song for the first time, you might not know the particular feel of a song you're going to play or the rough kind of idea of how it goes. And someone in the band might say to you, oh, it's a little bit like that song by whoever. And then you immediately kind of have an idea of the tempo, the feel, the kind of harmony that might be kind of being used, a rough kind of sound world of what's going on. And I think a lot in grooves, okay? And lots of professional musicians do this. So that's why I'm teaching you all of these grooves, because then you can apply the principles to other songs you might want to play. So I'm gonna break each one of these down. And I'm doing this on a whirly sound, okay? It's a Wurlitzer. It's a type of keyboard. It's really fun. Such a cool sound. But they're going to work on whatever you're playing, whether that's a piano, a Rhodes. It's going to sound great on all of those. Okay, so what's going on here? Well, the left hand is kind of the most important part here, right? Watch this. Just check that. What I'm doing is I'm using my little finger and my thumb to kind of add that rhythm. And my left hand thumb is playing on the and of 4. So if you watch it, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4. But actually what I'm doing sometimes is I'm holding this down. This is harder than it looks, okay? It's hard to hold one finger down while the rest of your hand is playing. But check this. Loads of songs use this idea, right? And all my right hand is doing is playing moving triads, okay? So watch this. So those are the 3 shapes I'm using, okay? I've got a C triad there. In second inversion, we've got a G, a C, and an E. And then it's going to go to a B flat over C, right? It's called B flat over C because we've got a B flat in our right hand over a C in our left hand, okay? That's that shape, F, B flat, and D. And then that goes to an F major chord. So it's got really nice voice leading there. If you want to make it sound a bit cooler, you can add in that second of the F there, that G. So we've got... And where am I placing those chords in the right hand? Well, they're going on the and of 4 again. There's a lot of and of 4 in this groove. So watch this. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4. Remember as well, we're also playing our left hand thumb on that and of 4, okay? So if I put it all together, the first 3 bars of this groove, it looks like this. That's hard to keep that thumb held down in your left hand. So maybe just start without doing that for the moment, just playing it once, but then try and work your way up to holding that down. What we're going to do in the last bar is kind of round the groove off, just with a little chord shift. So we're going to do this. I'll do that again a little bit slower. Let me talk you through each of those chords. So we've got an E flat in our right hand with an A flat in the bass. Going to a G minor 7, okay? We've got that B flat triad in our right hand over a G, okay? I'm kind of thinking like triad in my right hand and bass note in my left hand. That's how I tend to think of these chords. We've got E flat over A flat, B flat over G or G minor 7, A flat over F, going to B flat over G. There's quite a lot of chords there. There it is. So if I play you the whole pattern now, it sounds like this. And notice we're coming in again on the and of 4. So the rhythm is 1, 2, 3, 4. There it is. 1, 2, 3, 4. And we're actually going to do another pushed rhythm. This is quite challenging, okay? But this is what I think people want on the channel, right? You want a bit of a challenge. So check this out. 3, 4. Push. And we're back at the top of the groove. But we've pushed again with our thumb in our left hand. And we're back into the groove again. So I'm pushing on the and of 4 with that final C chord again, and I'm doing that octave jump in my left hand. Right, I'm going to have a go at playing this through with a backing track I've created. By the way, you can get hold of the backing tracks. The link to download them is in the video description. And I've also put together a free PDF lesson book which contains every single groove I'm going to be showing you in this video. It's got the sheet music, the notation, all of that good stuff, so you can get it under your fingers at your own pace, okay? You can go and check it out after you finish watching this video. The link to download that as well is in the video description. It's completely free. Okay, let's give this groove a go with the backing track. Really try and lock in with that hi-hat. Locking in. Another way you can kind of make this more interesting is to occasionally, we want to get more creative, right, okay, with these grooves. We don't always want to just play them exactly the same every time. I talk about this a lot on the channel. You want to kind of make it different every time you play it. Just by a little bit, it makes it sound organic, it makes it flows a lot more, makes it so much more creative. So one way to do that with this groove is to occasionally use your thumb a little bit more rather than just only at the end of each bar. So watch this. Do you see that? I'm occasionally using it on some of the other beats. It's just a little way you can spice this groove up. It's one of my favourites, this. Let's have a look at the next groove. This groove is a little bit like the Aretha Franklin song, Baby I Love You. There's loads of songs that have this kind of feel, okay? And it's what we call straight 16ths. So the last groove we looked at was a bit more triplety. It had kind of that kind of swung kind of feel. Actually, this groove is straight 16ths, so it's ticka 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 ticka. 16th is another name for semiquavers, and it's so important when you're playing this groove to lock in with that rhythmic feel, okay? All the way through in my head, I've got that subdivision. Ticka 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 ticka. Really, really important. We're doing this in the key of G. And it just goes round one chord, okay? It's like a kind of G minor, G7, that kind of blurred tonality between minor and major, that kind of bluesy sound. So what's going on here, right? Well, at the beginning, I'm going to do two big Gs in my left hand. That's at the beginning of every bar. Like a big thud, almost like a kind of kick drum, kind of boom, boom. It's like that. There it is, that's what it sounds like. And then in my right hand, I'm going to do this pattern using triads. There it is, I'll do that a little bit slower for you. So what are those triads we're using there? Well, the first one is a B flat, okay? A B flat in second inversion. then it's moving up to a C, and then to a D minor. There it is. And then it moves down, back to the C, and then down again to the B flat, okay? And it goes... And you just go up to the C once more at the end. So the whole pattern is this. Kind of simple, but the rhythm is what's tricky here, okay? It's this rhythm. Da-da-da-da-da-da. Da-da-da-da-da-da. I reckon before you even try and play this on the piano, see if you can just sing that rhythm while clicking your fingers. It might sound really strange, like, why am I singing when I'm trying to play piano? Why is that useful? Well, you're removing like all of the being able to move your fingers at the right time. You're moving all of that difficulty, and you're just seeing if actually the rhythm, you've got the rhythm down. So da-da-da-da-da-da. Da-da-da-da-da-da. It makes it so much easier when you then transfer it back over to the piano. So you can see it just changes a little bit on the second time. What's going on there the second time is we're going... It begins the same, then it goes up to the D minor, but you play the D minor twice, so it goes... Did you spot that? I'll do that a little bit slower for you. So it's going B flat, C, D minor, C, D minor, C. Okay, you're just moving shapes around. This kind of style of playing is just about doing little funky little patterns with your right hand using triads. It's what so many piano players do, and it just sounds great. Okay, I'm going to have a go at playing this groove through with the backing track. When you're practicing this groove, it's so important to lock in to the drums. And the way you do that is you have to be subdividing in your head. You have to be hearing that 16th note all the way through. Degga, 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 degga. That's going through my head all of the time, and it's really helping my hands to lock into that kind of feel, the rhythmic feel, the groove. As always, we want to kind of find a way to make this a little bit more creative and again, not sound like it's on a loop. So how we're going to do that is we're going to kind of add just a little occasional note in our left hand. Let me just show you what this sounds like. So what's going on there is I'm occasionally hitting a C in my left hand. I guess this groove is going between like a G minor and a C7. If you listen to the bass on the backing track, it's actually going between G and C. It goes to the C chord on the second half of each bar. So I'm just occasionally hitting that C in the second half of each bar, but I'm making sure I'm doing it on one of the subdivisions. I'm kind of punctuating what I'm playing in my right hand with a little offbeat in my left hand. It's quite complex to do this, but it is such a game changer because it just begins to make it sound more creative, and loads of kind of funk piano players do this. Stevie Wonder does this all of the time and is playing like a punctuating kind of note in his left hand. Let me show you again. So fun to play. I'm going to have a go at doing this with the backing track. And just to kind of show you what else you can do, I'm also going to have a go at just changing up my right hand just a little bit so you can get a bit of an idea of where you can take this. Okay, let me have a play through. number 3. By the way, it is absolutely boiling outside here in London. It's like 35 degrees. So I've had to put a fan on in the corner. Hopefully it isn't picking up on the mic, but I've got all the blackout blinds up. I've got these lights on me. It's like absolutely sweltering. But I'm going to keep on going. Okay, groove not so sorry yet. Sorry if I look a little bit hot. Groove number 3. This is an absolute classic, right? It's basically a repeated triad in your right hand. Supertramp do this all of the time in their music. The kind of sound of this groove will conjure up so many songs for you. It's a real classic. It's basically those eighth notes. Just keep on going. Bap, 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 bap. All the way through the groove with a triad and maybe just a little bit of movement. I'm going to talk you through that in a second. The kind of vibe, though, of this groove, it's a bit disco-y. It's got that kind of feel. It kind of reminds me of September. One of the most uplifting songs of all time, right? Earth, Wind and Fire. Absolute classic. That is probably on my Desert Island discs, okay? It's like absolutely amazing. But yeah, this is the groove. So I'm going to talk you through it. We're in the key of A, okay? There's our A major scale. And we're going to start on chord 4. So for the moment, we're not going to do any of the repeated chords in our right hand or that bass pattern I was playing. We're just going to hold down some block chords to kind of get the idea of what's going on. So we start here on a D major 7 chord, okay? You can think of it as D major 7. You can also think of it as F sharp minor over D. That's our first chord, chord 4 in the key of A. And then we go to this really nice shape. This is one of my favorite voicings of all time, okay? It's like an A2 over C sharp, okay? See that shape? So far we've got... And we're actually pushing that second chord. Here where it comes. 1, 2, 3, 4, push. Again, it's another pushed rhythm. Pushed rhythms are so common in all of these grooves. Check it again. 1, 2, 3, 4, push. 2, 3, 4. Do you see that? And then the second time through, we repeat it, but the ending changes. So watch this. 1, 2, 3, 4. In fact, all of the chords there are pushed. Okay, so I'm going to talk you through them. The second time through, it does this. It goes back to that D major 7, then it does the A2 over C sharp, and then from there we go to like an F sharp minor 7. It's kind of like an F sharp minor 7, except we're not playing the C sharp, we're not playing the 5th in that voicing, okay? We've just kind of got an A, an E, and an A in our right hand. And then from there we go to an E sus4, okay? So that last part of the groove does this. They're all pushed. Watch. 1, 2, 3, 4. Push, push, push. It's quite hard, that, okay? I know there's a lot going on here, right? It's quite a lot to take in with all these different grooves, but don't forget you can grab that free PDF lesson book. It's literally got it all written out for you step by step, so you can work through it all in your own time. I'm going to have a go now at just playing that through with the backing track. Pushes. Here we go. Push, push, push. Okay, let's now have a go at adding in the repeated triads in our right hand. Let me break down what's going on here. So we're starting on an F sharp minor triad, okay? That's an F sharp minor triad in second inversion. We've got C sharp, F sharp, and A. And we're going to play 5 of those. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, and they've got to be... The way this is going to sound good is if you really make them kind of stabby, really short, really punchy. Do you see that? It's not like... It's not going to sound great. It's got to be like... It just makes it sound so much better. It gives it so much more energy. And you're then going to move this bottom note. Okay, so check this out. I'll do it a little bit slower for you. Here we go. And then once you're there, you carry on playing that shape. It really does sound a lot like Earth, Wind and Fire. I think when I was coming up with this groove, I must have been channeling my inner Earth, Wind and Fire. Let me play the whole of that right hand shape. Here we go. Okay, let me show you the bass part, the left-hand part. Okay, so what's going on there? First of all, I'm starting off with a little octave jump, okay, between my little finger and my thumb. I'm doing that on a D. That's because we're on that D major 7, yeah? Check this out. And then I'm going down again to the C sharp. Just check the rhythm out. The rhythm's the most important thing here, right? So many of those notes are pushed again. Do you see that? And then what I do is I repeat it, but the ending changes again, just like the right-hand part when we were doing it before. There it is. I'll break that down a little bit slower. Do you see, I'm just rolling up from the E to the F to the F sharp and then back to the E, okay? I'm aware this groove is actually probably the most challenging one, okay? It's got so much interplay between the hands. What I recommend you do is break it down hands separately, okay? Get the right hand so you can almost do it on automatic. Get the left hand so you can just play it without thinking and then begin to put them together. If you try and put them together straight away, it's going to be quite overwhelming. It's going to be a lot to take on. Really get them together separately first, okay? Here's the whole of the left hand part. There it is, okay, quite a lot, all right? I'm now going to have a go at putting two hands together, but I'm going to extend it out a little bit, okay? I'm going to start by just playing those block voicings, which we looked at the beginning, and then the second time through, when I've played that whole 4 bars of just doing the held chords, I'm then going to go into that more intricate groove where we've got the right hand triads and the left hand part going mad. I'm going to have a go at playing this. Let's see if I can do it. It's a bit of a challenging one, this, but let's give it a go. Just those held chords. Okay, here we go. By the way, if you're really enjoying this video, it would mean a huge amount if you could hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and ding the bell, all of that great stuff. It really helps this channel to grow. It means that more people can discover the videos and kind of engage with all the content, check out all the tutorials, and get their piano playing better. So if you could do that, it would mean a huge amount to me. Go do that now, and let's have a go at groove number 4. Okay, groove number 4, we're almost there. It's absolutely sweltering in this room. I cannot tell you how hot it is. We're almost there though, almost at the end of the video. One more pattern. This is a super funky Latin groove, right? Now, I'm not an expert at playing Latin music at all. I'm going to be straight up with you. But I love the sound of these kind of montuno patterns, you know, this kind of thing. You know, I love this kind of style, and I'm really trying to get more into it, get it more into my playing. So I want to show you this one today. Let me show you exactly what's going on, right? So we're in the key of G minor. There's a regular G minor triad, okay? I'm just going to show you it in my right hand to begin with, okay? There's kind of several levels of how you can play this. We're just going to do the right hand first, though. So I'll show you the pattern. The most important thing, again, is the rhythm, right? I'd almost take your hands off the piano and see if you can just sing this. 3, 4. Sounds absolutely mad, doesn't it? I'll do it again. That's the pattern, okay? Again, it's so useful to clip your fingers when you're doing these things. Check this out. I'll show you exactly what's going on with the notes. You begin running up the notes of the G minor triad. And then from there, you're going to go to an F sharp. And then you're going to use your 3rd and 5th finger to play this kind of 2-note shape, that 3rd there. So the whole thing so far is this. Now from there, you go to an F. You play that third and fifth finger again. And then you go down to the E. Okay, I'll do that whole thing up to there. And then to end it, you do this. I hope you're following all of this. This is a really tricky one, right? Okay, I'll do it again. Let's do it once more. So get that really secure in your right hand. Just see if you can play that over and over on repeat, okay? And really make sure you're swinging the rhythm rather than playing it straight. It's not that. It's like dagga 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 dagga. Such a subtle difference, but oh wow, it makes such a big difference to the overall sound, right? Okay, this is what you can do in your left hand, okay? This is like level 1. If you want to add a left hand part that's simple, do this. So that's the kind of basic left hand part. If I put them together, it sounds like this. Do you see that? Now, that's kind of level 1. If you want to turbocharge this, right, and those of you out there that want a real challenge, check this out. You're going to play the montuno pattern in both hands. I'll give you a blast of what this sounds like. So much going on there, right? What we're going to do is we're going to play this through with the backing track. I'm going to start off by just playing that simple bass line for a few times round, and then I'm going to double up and have a go at playing that montuno in both hands. Let's give it a go. Here we go. I'm going to head outside and go and get some air. I'm absolutely boiling. I'm sweating buckets, but I really hope you've enjoyed this video. If you did enjoy it, I think you're going to love this one up here. Go give that video a click, and I'll see you over there.